So you're thinking about making YouTube videos, you're not sure where to start, you're not sure how to get consistent, and you don't really know what to focus on. Let me help you out with some tips from one small YouTuber to another. Hey guys, one of my friends called me this week and was like, Amanda, I want to start making these videos, but I don't really actually know where to start. And it got me thinking about my process and my journey and where I have come from. So I thought, heck, let's film that because it's probably useful for other people if someone is actually, asking me in the first place. Okay, the first thing I want you to think about is, what do I know that people ask me about that I could explain well on camera? You don't have to be the most comfortable on camera. You don't have to even, some people don't even do their face on camera. They actually figure out these animation things. We cannot help you with that. So if you're looking to put your face on camera, hey, we got you there. But what do you know that people ask you about a lot and that you could actually explain to people? How can you serve other people? How can you answer questions for other people? Because let's face it, YouTube, no matter what you might think, is a search engine first and foremost. It is the second largest search engine in the world, I do believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure, aside from Google. So if it's not searchable content that you're creating, then it's never really gonna get found. And when I started YouTube, I was just doing DIY stuff because that's what I enjoyed doing. But then I ended up noticing when the pandemic started, when COVID-19 started, that people weren't that great on camera. They didn't know what to do. They weren't sure how to have lighting. They weren't sure about microphones. They didn't know about framing. And I saw this problem that I could help solve. And so what I did was I wrote down a whole list of the important things, right? So I did framing, lighting, audio, what to wear on camera. And I just listed out all these things. And then what I focused on was creating a 1-minute long video for each topic and having one new video build on the previous video and have those come out weekly. I ended up doing 12 of those in a row to help people get more comfortable on camera in the Zoom atmosphere. But what that allowed me to do was create the habit of creating. Now, I know that probably sounds a little bit funny, but you have to get in the habit of it. You have to get good at it. Now, some of the advice out as of today is that you should be making these really long YouTube videos. That some people are saying, 10 minutes plus is what you should be aiming for. The algorithm likes that. And that is all fine and good. Making a 10-minute long video for a 10-minute long video's sake is not going to get you subscribers. It is not going to get you the views that you want, and it's not going to get the retention rate that you're looking for. What is far more important at the beginning is actually creating those videos and having what you come up with as a process for yourself. So that 12 videos that I did, I had those topics laid out in advance, which removed the pressure of choice and trying to figure things out, and it gave me a framework and a guideline to work with it. And so once I got good at the minute, some of them went a little bit longer, but I was able to film those relatively quickly, then edit them, which obviously editing, it can take some time, and it does take time to figure out, but because they were only a minute, the target was for them to be a minute, it wasn't as crazy of an undertaking that was overwhelming. So I started with this smaller framework that I totally recommend for anybody, and doing it every single week, having one of those videos premiere on a specific day every single week, and putting that out there for other people to see. And I shared it to all my socials. I shared it to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I think that's all the socials I really have. There's Twitter, but I'm not a big Twitter person. But just the same, it forced me into this framework and this guideline that gave me something to work with. It gave me parameters. And I don't know if you're like me at all, but when I'm overwhelmed with too many options to choose from, I have a very hard time figuring out what it is I should choose, and I debate over it, and then that takes too much time, and then nothing ever gets accomplished. And more importantly is getting in that habit and creating and getting the experience that you can then build on later. My friend asked me, about the animations, like these fun things here. And I said, those will come. There are different apps out there that you can automatically put them on. My friend showed me one the other day. I'll put that in the description below, but that app didn't allow me to adjust my audio, adjust my lighting, trim my clips the way I wanted to, whereas iMovie gave me a lot more to be able to get this video right here the way I wanted it, and then add things on top of it. So you can kind of go either way. I was looking for a higher quality, quicker video that I could chop things if I mess up, and then adding things on top of it to keep that interest. But I wouldn't say your goal should be to start with the animation. Should be to focus on that type of the extras, as I will call them. However, you can very easily make yourself an intro and outro clip on canva.com. I'll link, I think it's up here, that video here on how I make my intro outro videos. It is free, it's very intuitive. You could really customize it for yourself, but that is something I would definitely recommend to up your video game instantly. If you have that intro video, and then at the end, if you put a nice little end screen up, and you can link, you know, a video at the end, you could link a playlist at the end, you can have your subscribe button pop up on the little corner at the end. By the way, subscribe if you like this content. If I'm helping you out, please give me a subscribe and a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking about all of this and what other questions you might have, because clearly if you ask me questions, I'm probably gonna make a video and answer it. But nonetheless, you know, having that intro, outro video is a lot more important and quicker to do to build your confidence in this world than the animations themselves, if you're like me and you want to chop the videos and put things together a little bit more than what some of these programs I have found do. If I come up with quicker animations, I will be happy to figure that out and, you know, let y'all know, and I will do a video on animations, and whenever that happens, we'll link it up there and in the show notes. Now, in addition to having your intro outro video, you do want to have a nice thumbnail, but again, canva.com will be able to create that for you. I'll link that up there as well, because I did do a video on that, on how to create a thumbnail for you. So that would be very important. Also, get yourself a microphone. This bad boy, I think, costs like $12 or $15 on Amazon, and it just links right into my phone, which I film on. You don't have to have fancy equipment. Honestly, these phones are so good. It's not necessary, but get yourself a microphone, because audio is number one on any of this. If people can't hear what you're saying, then they're gonna tune off like right away. And trust me, the first 10 or 12 or 15 videos that you make, they don't even have to be about what your topic is about. Oh, I should have said this sooner. Your videos that you start with these 1-minute short videos, do not have to be your end-all, be-all topic. They do not. They do not have to be your niche. They just need to get you going. The beautiful thing about YouTube is not like that linear space that you can only talk about one thing. I can have DIY, I could have sales and leadership, I can have how to be on camera, I can have motivation, I can have all of these things. I can have how-to tutorials on how to make this stuff. That's all fine, because you can create different playlists for it. And you'll find that you might wear a topic out and be done with it and move on. And that's okay. It's totally okay. Just start and build from there, and don't let the judgment of other people prevent you from hitting record. It's not as much about what you look like here as much as how much value you can provide for other people. That's one of my mentors, Darren LaCroix, world champion of public speaking, loves to say, it doesn't matter what you look like. It matters what the audience is getting for value out of what you're doing and saying. So how can you help other people with stuff that you already know? So, small YouTubers, here's how you want to begin. Find something you're good at talking about, a problem that you solve. Create a list of about 10 to 15 different ideas on that particular problem, and shoot for 1-minute long videos identifying each of those problems and building on the video from the week before. Don't stress too much about a lot of animations, but do make sure you have a thumbnail that is nice and attractive and, you know, draws the viewer in. And work on getting an intro outro video, which I promise is not as hard as it sounds. Once you get in the habit of creating and doing, then you can go to longer formats, you can improve on your editing, and as you go, by the time you're done with the 12, you'll probably have picked up a lot of things and you'll be more smooth and have wanted to learn more as well. The key is to get in the habit, get in the practice, build your own confidence, and start understanding how this whole process works, because it is very overwhelming at the beginning. I totally admit that. I was overwhelmed. I wasn't sure where to go. And I still, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to film on. And you know what? It's okay. You don't always have to. But if you can be consistent and get more comfortable on camera, creating videos, editing videos, and having them posted, that's really important. Of course, if you have more questions on it, put it in the little Google search bar. You know, do it on Google, do it on YouTube. Come ask me a question if you have something specific that you see that you want me to know, that you want to know how to do. I would be very happy to give you guys those answers. I hope this was helpful. Please hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you like, what you don't like, what you have questions on further. And check this video out so you can see how to actually create that intro outro video like we were talking about. And I'm Amanda Mae Gray. I will see you guys in this video. Ooh! Bye guys.